1 Kings 10. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to test him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great entourage, with camels bearing spices and a large amount of gold and precious stones. And when she had come to Solomon, she told him all that was on her mind. And Solomon answered all her questions. There was nothing hidden from the king so that he could not answer. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all the wisdom of Solomon, and the house that he had built, and the food of his table, and the organization of his officials, and the attentiveness of his servants, and their apparel, and his cupbearers, and the burnt offerings he made at the house of the Lord, she was overwhelmed. And she said to the king, "The report is true that I heard in my own land of your accomplishments and your wisdom. But I did not believe the words until I came, and my own eyes have seen it. And behold, not even half of it was told to me. Your wisdom and prosperity surpassed the report I had heard. How happy your people must be! How happy your servants must be who continually attend to you and hear your wisdom. Blessed be the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and set you on the throne of Israel. Because the Lord loved Israel forever, he made you king to enact justice and righteousness." And she gave the king 9,000 pounds of gold, a great quantity of spices, and precious stones. There has never been brought a greater abundance of spices than that which the queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. Also, Hiram's fleet of ships, which brought gold from Ophir, also brought from Ophir a great quantity of almug wood and precious stones. And the king made of the almug wood pillars for the house of the Lord and for the king's house, and also harps and lyres for the singers. To this day there has never come or been seen such almug wood. And King Solomon gave to the queen of Sheba all that she desired, whatever she asked for, in addition to what Solomon gave her out of his royal treasury. Then she and her servants returned to her own land. Now the weight of gold that Solomon received in 1 year was 25 tons of gold, besides the income that he received through the traders and the merchants, from all the kings of Arabia, and from the district governors over the land. And King Solomon made 200 shields of hammered gold, each one weighing more than 15 pounds. He also made 300 smaller shields of hammered gold, each one weighing nearly 4 pounds. The king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Then the king made a great throne of ivory and decorated it with the finest gold. The throne had 6 steps and a rounded back. There were armrests on both sides of the seat, and a lion's statue stood on each side of the throne. There were also 12 other lions, one standing on each end of the 6 steps. No throne in any other kingdom was like it. And all of King Solomon's drinking vessels were made of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were made of pure gold. None were made of silver, for it was considered worthless in the days of Solomon. For the king had at sea a fleet of Tarshish ships that sailed with the fleet of Hiram's ships. Once every 3 years the fleet of Tarshish ships returned with gold, silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth in riches and in wisdom. People from all over the earth sought an audience with Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put in his mind. Every year everyone who visited him brought him gifts of silver vessels, gold vessels, clothing, weapons, spices, horses, and mules. And Solomon amassed chariots and horses. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses, which he stationed in the chariot cities and in his royal stables in Jerusalem. The king made silver as common in Jerusalem as stones, and cedars as abundant as the sycamore fig trees that are in the lowlands of Judah. Solomon acquired horses from Kue and a district near it, and the king's merchants acquired them at the standard price. At that time a chariot could be acquired from Egypt for 15 pounds of silver, and a horse for 4 pounds of silver. Then they were sold to the kings of the Hittites and the kings of Aram.